So I just got back from a ride. Yesterday I went on a ride. Did the totals, it was around like 170 miles or something like that. And I ran into a few little issues. Um, One major issue, a few little issues. First thing, I made a little list. It won't start with the starter button. I bump started it most of the day and it worked fine. I put a trickle charger on the battery and battery's fully charged, so that leads me to that switch, the little push switch. I've had issues with that before, so I'm going to try to fix that. The second one is my foot peg. One of my attempts to bump start it, I kind of dropped it a little bit and the rubber on the foot peg is no longer there, so need to find a new foot peg, figure out that. Third thing on my list is my carb. It is a burst deflector of like my logo. There's just, it allows airflow to go all around here. Well, the problem I'm having is when I get anything above, I don't know, let's say like 50, the airflow is actually pushing so quickly in there that the gas is getting kind of pulled out and it's pulling onto the back of this bird deflector and dripping out all over my pants, and I'm tired of smelling like gas. So I'm gonna make a backing plate, maybe shove a little filter or something in there. And then the last thing, probably might not be done in this video, but that seat. The seat is really cool. It's a fur that I get from like Walmart or something like that. I think I got this one from Hobby Lobby. It's I didn't expect it to last very long, and it's already getting pretty worn out. But the main problem with that is, with the seat, is there's not enough foam in there, and my legs are actually like riding on the frame. Once I sit on it, and the foam compacts a little bit, so I'm gonna pull that fur off, that faux fur, and I'm gonna add a little bit more foam to it. I should have some. I'm gonna just re-glue it back on. It's just spray glued on. It worked fine for as long as I've had it, so we're gonna keep running it. And if I have to change the fur seat once a year, I'm fine with that. So those are the 4 issues that I had with this ride. Besides that, it was a blast. I had so much fun, and yeah, now it's time to fix this old girl, and then we could send it again. Yeah, but I'm gonna start with that button, see if we can get this thing to actually start, and then if we can get it to start, we'll do the rest of these little things, because if it doesn't start, there's no point. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing, so that's probably why I have these issues. But so this is my starter switch, and I don't know what's going on with it. So the way I gotta take this off is I gotta take these 2 out, take this bracket off, then I'll be able to get in behind it. So there's an issue with either this button or the wiring behind it or something like that. Um, so that's where I'm going to start. Okay, so this is the style push button I'm running. It has these two terminal things that you kind of squish onto a wire. Um, what it looks like is, let's see if I can get my hand out of the way. So, as you can see how thick this is, this other side, there's a bunch of strands that got like kind of snipped off. So my only guess is there's not enough wire there to send it from to send enough power to jump these to start the bike, because it looks like I lost over half. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I may have to, let's see, solder it a little bit so it has an outer shell kind of, and then yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna have to do this. Figure that out. New day, back at it again. So I didn't want to bore whoever actually watches this. I just basically took my I don't even remember what this thing's called, test light, and plugged in my key, kind of checked everything. Turns out this switch, it went out. Don't know how. When I looked online, I guess it's a common issue. So, okay. I don't know. I've only owned this bike for like 4 years now or something like that. So, I don't know if this is the original one or a newer one or what. But I have another bike that I'm currently painting, doing body work and painting. So it's not here, but I have the full wiring harness from that bike. Stole it from that wiring harness, plugged it in here, fired up first try. So it was this. Got to get a new one for the other bike now. Probably got to get a new one for this one too. I'm gonna get it back together. I gotta zip tie up my wires that run down my down tube, and then put my coil. So this holds my coil, my key, and my push button start. I extended the wires just a little bit, so I'm gonna put some heat shrink on that, get it bolted back into place, and then we'll get started with the next little project on this thing. This is all back on. Keys back in, switch works, bike turns on, got tail lights. I got all the things I need, which is awesome, because nothing worse than not having your motorcycle, especially when this is the only one I have at the moment. So yeah, we got that going. Next thing is foot pegs. So I dropped it. Trying to bump start it. It didn't bump start, and I was sitting kind of like a side saddle or whatever, so I could get a little bit more run on it, and I dropped it. Well, in the process, the peg, look at how crusty and dry rotted these rubber pieces are. Ride down the road, lift my foot, this thing flies off somewhere. I don't know. I go to put my foot back on it, and it just slips off. I mean, This is how dry rotted it is. Like, just slipped off. My foot slipped off, and I was like, oh crap. Alright. I don't know if this came on this bike, or where, or what, or anything like that. Don't know where these came from. But, I don't. The only ones I have are that will work on this bike, I guess, are these right here. My buddy made them. We used to ride BMX, and we used to grind a lot, so we'd go through a lot of pedals. The bottom half is like flat. So what he did was he took the rubber off of the other piece, lopped off the little ball end, slid these pedals in, and then glued them with I don't even remember what kind of glue that is, but they're pretty sweet. And this is all I got, so they're going on for now. All right, here they are. They look pretty rad. They have these like bolts that you could thread out, and it gives you better grip. But that's what it looks like on. And these were the old crusty, no good ones anymore. Yeah, that's that side, and then here's what it looks like on this side. And yeah, you can see. So basically what he ended up doing was he put it in there, cut this little notch off, slid it in, and then used some strong glue or something to keep them in place. But boom, some BMX pedals as mini floorboards, I guess. Alright, so what's next is I need to make a little cover, or I think I might just make a whole backing plate for this and stick some kind of filter in it. I'm just getting tired of wrapping a rag around it when I'm working in the garage and stuff. So this right here is my logo that I sandcasted out of aluminum. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. I like it. So yeah, that's going to be the next project. And then the last thing was the seat. Probably won't get that done this week. That I need to try to get that done this week. But I think that's going to be it for today. Alright, so this is what I did. It's a piece of sheet metal. I took a piece of wood and traced this out. And then I cut that wood out on that angle with like a 1/2 inch. And then kind of sanded the edges so it'd get a little softer. And then I just used the 2 bolt holes right here to hold the piece of sheet metal in, and then I just slowly started hammering it over. And then once the wood block kind of broke, I don't even have it anymore, but the wood block broke, and so I just ended up taking a hammer and a dolly and just kind of working it. This is just to see if this was the issue and if this would fix it. But yeah, I had to cut it and weld it right here just to get that indentation. This is a rough mock-up, I guess. I'll probably end up redoing it, but definitely it still gets air from behind here. So I didn't block it all. It's only got half of it done, so let's see, it goes from about right here all the way up to there. That's the cover for right now. I'm still getting good airflow. I'm not getting gas blown all over my leg anymore, and I'm gonna call that a success for right now until I get something done a little bit better. Come up with a different idea or something. But yeah, that's all for this week.